Hello there, everyone, and welcome to the beautiful show. It's going to be amazing because people have been gathering all of the interesting reacts that have happened from the people who work at Twitter, and we're going to look at some of them. I'll remind you now, and I'll remind you again, not to contact these people. The purpose is not to go after the people we're criticizing on the internet, is just to acknowledge what has transpired and maybe laugh a little bit. I do understand like some of the people who are afraid of losing their jobs, because even if you do a shitty job, which is that of being a censor, it's still a job. You still put food on the table. I mean, I'm not going to say that I care for these people, but I understand why they would be upset. However, there are some people that their jobs aren't in jeopardy. And they're just upset because for them it's not a job. For them it's changing the world. Changing the world with their powerful activism. I want to show you something, chat. Let me see if I can bring it up. There's a very interesting chart, which I hope I have saved because it tells you a lot. Here we go. I did save it. My God, I'm so glorious. Look at it. Employee donations to midterm candidates by parties. Netflix, 99.6% donations to the Democrats. How did the 0.4% matter? Do you think they got fired right after? Like, there is absolutely no way this can happen unless you only hire people that have a certain ideology. There is no way in hell. And you have to wonder, like, what exactly do they get in return? And why is it the Democrats, right? Because for a while, people kept saying that Republicans are the party of the rich. Do you get more rich than Netflix? I think Netflix, at the time, by the way, this is 2016, if I'm not mistaken. They had a lot. No, sorry, not 2016. It's the previous election. But still, they had a lot of money at the time. And look, 99.6%. And then you look at Twitter. It's next. Literally, this is like Elon Musk owning the libs. And when I say owning the libs, I mean quite literally, he owns the libs. They work for him now. So you can see the horror and the dread. Am I quiet? Let me check it out. I'm not quiet. Just turn up your volume. Stop bitching. Yes. Democrats do love the body. Yeah. But again, look how telling it is when you look at it. Look at the lack of diversity. Lack of diversity, equity, and inclusion. So what are you including? The people that are more family or religious oriented? Because at the end of the day, that's what right-wingers mean, right? Like right-wingers, that's the essence. Left-wingers are institutional oriented. So they care about institutions. They care about the science. Right-wingers, they care about religion, and they care about the family. Oh, my fucking God. I'm not... How am I quiet if I literally listened to myself earlier? There you go. Now it's better. Now you can stop complaining. Is it better now, chat? Let's see. I need to wait a little bit to get confirmation from you guys. So, I just wanted to understand the meltdown and the reason for it. 98.7%. This is insane, by the way. Like, this is ridiculous. Still, it got one up by Netflix. I mean, it kind of explains now why Netflix freaked the fuck out because of Dave Chappelle. A little better if you want. Okay, it's still low. Fine. Here you go. There you go. Max. Can I put it a little top? Sorry, chat. I have to do. I couldn't help myself. It's kind of frustrating when you're a streamer because you don't get to hear your own audio, and you think everything is perfect, and then people are complaining, and you're like, Libs don't care about science; they care about science. They're atheists, like overwhelmingly. Especially like if you talk with the far left, with socialists and whatnot, they're atheists. Or they care about some I don't know, like pagan, Wiccan type of thing that's not organized. So yes. Oh, now it's too loud. There we go. There we go. Now it's perfect. All right, so there's a new feature on YouTube. Let me talk about it first. I'll probably make a video about it because it's going to revolutionize. It's going to revolutionize streaming, I think. I'm really curious, like, if this is actually the death of streaming, because it might be. It might be the death of streaming, chat. Pipkin Pippa, R.I.P. I'm sorry, but I just don't know how you're going to deal with this. So, let me show you an example, right? Like, this is one of my videos. Give me a second. So the reason people do streaming nowadays, and the actual reason why streaming blew up, isn't necessarily because people enjoy streaming. It's more to the fact of the super chats. So that's when the streaming really blows up. It's when super chats start appearing, and people make more money than getting ads, right? But now you have this option of super thanks, which has been rolled out on YouTube. So what super thanks does is that once you click it on a video, you get a red comment, depending like on how much you donated. Let me see if I can show you so you guys can. Yeah. So as you can see, you get like different colors of super thanks. So why would you want to give a super thanks? Well, you give a super thanks in order for your comment to be colorful. And us YouTubers, we will now have an option to sort by super thanks. So I haven't gotten any super thanks yet. But when that happens, you will be able to see it. And you'll be able to respond to it. So even if it's like a very old video and someone gives you a super thanks, you can still know that it's there. And you can respond to them. And you can pin them, you can heart them. I think they might even go on the top. So why would people be streaming now? Because if you, first of all, like videos are a lot better because you can edit them. You can make absolutely sure that you concise all the information there. And people will just give you super thanks. I don't know if it's the death of streaming, but certainly a lot of people are going to look at where the money comes from. Like, is the more money from making videos or is more money from making streaming? On top of that, you also have to take into account more people are going to spend money on super thanks, like the category of people, because obviously, like, not everyone gives super chats, right? I never seen bots drawers give me a super chat. So there are most people don't, but there are some who do, and from the ones that do are probably going to spend their money on super thanks now on a lot more channels, so they will have less money to give to streamers. So I think this is a bad news for people that like streaming, but it's a good news for people that make video content. We'll see. This is just a prediction. Like, I have no idea what it's going to be like. Maybe this feature isn't even going to be popular. Maybe people aren't even going to use it. Who knows? But I think it's going to take some of the money that would go to streamers and put it to the pockets of people who make video formats. But I mean, think about it, right? Like, let's say you got a popular video from Angry Joe, and there's people who want to interact with Angry Joe in the comments, so they're going to give him super chats. I mean, he's going to, especially if the video is controversial, like, especially if you say something that disagrees with people, and there are some people that like you, but like they disagree with that particular take, they might give a super thanks just to talk to you in the comment section. So we'll see. I don't know. It's too early though, because the feature has just been rolled out, and I wanted to mention it. Yeah, it's a Uber thanks. But yeah, it's supply and demand, right? So there's a lot more supply now, which means that demand is going to go a little bit lower. Yeah, I mean, I think the people who are going to use this feature are the same people, the exact same people that use the super chat feature. I don't think there's going to be like a different targeted audience, like someone who never super chats but is going to give super thanks. Alternatively, like, there might still be people who want to see the live reaction from the streamer whenever they're, like they're live streaming and they give a super chat. I've no clue. But again, whatever the case may be, I do think that streamers are going to lose a lot of revenue from this feature. So yeah, it won't affect streamers, at least not by much. I think it will actually. I generally like, look. Let's say that I'm a person that gives super chats, and I have $100 per month to give. Now, normally I would give it in streams, but like if I see someone that, let's say I didn't catch their stream live, and I want to interact or support that creator, I can give them now super thanks, and now I have less money for the streams. So if I give them a $10 super thanks, now instead of 100 for streamers, I have only 90. Although take into account that I guess like streamers can also have their videos uploaded, and after someone views the video, they might give a super thanks. I don't know. We'll see. Again, it's too early to tell, but it's definitely interfering with the supply and demand part. Right. Let's look at the main topic of the day. Let's see what the employees at Twitter are saying. Again, what the fuck? Kibs is playing Dune Spice Wars? What the what is Dune Spice Wars? What is it out? Wait, is this game out? Holy shit. A 4X strategy game from the developers of the critically acclaimed Northgard. You can play Dune. It's early access. Holy shit, $29. Fuck me. Oh, I just spent my money. God damn it. Yeah, it's okay. I'll ask Kibs to buy it for me. I'll borrow from Kibs. I'll be like, Kibs, I just paid my mortgage. Please. All right. Sorry about that, chat. I geeked out. I geeked out for a second. I apologize. I just saw Kibs entering a game that I found unfamiliar. It's called Dune Spice Wars, and I'm like, what? I like Dune. What is that? And it's a 4X game, but let's just pass it over. All right, let's just play it on stream. 4X games are really not interesting for people to watch. It's not the time. I mean, Marbo Zir, I think, plays 4X games, and there's a couple of other people, but overwhelmingly they don't like the chat doesn't appreciate 4X games. And not to mention it's early access. I usually stay away from that type of games. Yeah. I don't know if it's woke and generic. It's got positive reviews, so it can't be that bad. Yeah. I'll ask Kibs to buy it for me. Well, he just dumped $150 into Viri's chat earlier, so why not? I mean, I think he may buy it if I go like, hey, Kibs, lend me some money. I'll pay you back on the 15th. Okay, right. Let's see. Twitter staff reacts to Elon Musk. Again, do not contact these people. We do not contact the people we criticize over the internet. I don't even know if it's criticism, right? Because I haven't read them. But I'm really curious what they have to say. Abdi Muhammad for the game fund. Okay, I'll buy the game. I want that. No, actually, I still need to ask Kibs because like it takes around 2 months for your super chat to arrive, or actually no, 1 month. But anyway, enough about the game. Enough about Dune. We're focusing on this. Anyone in need of a software engineer with 40 years of experience? Asking for a friend. Just so you guys know, Substack, another company, said that if you are leaving Twitter because of free speech, they don't want you there. So there was this joke, this troll, who actually said, oh, I'm at Twitter's Trust and Safety Council, and because Elon Musk wants to buy it, I'm going to leave. And I posted a video of him, and I said, look, probably this guy is a troll, but look at him as an idea, as a concept. There's going to be more of it. And people went like, they just didn't understand. It's like, oh, no, V, it's a troll. It's a troll. Okay, like, look, the real deal. The real deal. Here's some more. You can give me as much as you want, but I still won't be able to buy it because I literally do not have the funds right now, and it takes 1 month for the super chest to actually arrive. So, Russian propaganda say that Moldova's army is replaced by Romanian soldiers and officers through and through. So Russia is going to liberate Moldavia. Any comments from my favorite Romanian YouTuber? Well, this is why I want Ukraine to win. I'm just explaining that it's not ideological, it's geostrategic. Let's put it like that. Anyway, right. Let's move on to the next one. Can someone just tell me if I'm rich or fired, please? See, I appreciate these people. Like, I literally understand where they're coming from. I mean, a change in management is usually not a good idea. Yes, I do have PayPal. Zenith, hold on. I'll give you my PayPal. It's the same as my email. If you send the money to that on PayPal, then I can actually buy the game. Can someone just tell me if I'm rich or I'm fired? So I do appreciate this, right? Because a change in management can be either positive or negative. So, no, like, I understand this guy. Like, I got nothing against him. He is right to be worried. I would be worried as well, to be honest, if Elon Musk bought the company. Because even if he doesn't want to necessarily, like, take out your department, he might just want to replace the people working there with his people. The media uses your own product to break the news about you. So I guess, like, this guy who works at Twitter found out about the purchase from the media rather from his company. This actually happens quite often. Like, I know people who worked at Blizzard, and I know people who worked at other companies, and they found out about important stuff from the news rather than from their own company. Like, there was the case where a CEO actually fired a lot of people, and those people found out about it from the news rather from the CEO. So it can happen. But like, the acquisition, I don't know why he thinks that he should find out from his company, considering that it's probably not of his concern. You know, like, besides the people from the board and the higher ups, like, when you go to a company, you don't really care who you work for. Because I worked at KFC. Up to this day, I still don't know who owns KFC. When I was in law school, during I think it was like during year 3 and year 4, I worked at KFC and I worked at McDonald's. And then I mean, I don't care who owned McDonald's, right? Like, if someone were to purchase KFC, like, they would buy all the shares, why the fuck would I care? Why would I even know? Like, this is something that shouldn't even concern you. If you're flipping the burgers or you're doing something that's media management level. It's only the higher ups that really care. So like, this is like one of those things, right? Because, like, they're, I guess, like, politically engaged. So they care about the politics of Twitter. But if you're, again, like, if you're just coding or doing your job over there, like, who cares who owns it? Do you think they tell them before? It's like, oh yeah, BlackRock bought 5% more of the shares in your company. Like, no. It's interesting reading these. I am the Joker now. Again, these are all the interactions, right? So some of them may be like this. Well, fuck. Likes capturing motion. She, her. Look, Captain Kibbs. Spice Wars. I'm going to see what it is about. Pronouns in the bio. Work on this website, but I don't tweet about tech. Why not? Why not? Why don't you tweet about tech? What do you tweet about? I don't want to find out, because then people will say that I'm harassing you. But I'm curious. Like, after the stream, I'm going to check what you tweet about. Why don't you tweet about tech? It's like being a doctor, not tweeting about medicine. It's kind of weird. Imagine that. You know, like, I'm a YouTuber. Why wouldn't I tweet about YouTube shit? Like, if you're passionate about something, wouldn't you tweet about it? Like, if you're a trucker, wouldn't you tweet about trucking? Maybe, like, of course, you know, you may not tweet about, like, hey, the truck and the rig, but, like, you probably would tweet some picturesque scenery that you see at work. You know why I'm saying that I want to check this person's tweet? Because I think, like, 99% of it is going to be political. I have a feeling that most of it is going to be political. Like, she's going to tweet like a CNN anchor. I might be wrong. A lot of free speech going on in our Slack right now. So this is a blue check mark. This is some big shit, I guess. But I love it. It's like a lot of free speech going on in our Slack. In other words, people are throwing slurs. They're throwing slurs at an African American, which is Elon Musk. Making a Twitter is super easy. I could do that in a week. You probably could, lazy one. But getting the numbers is actually hard. Although I gotta say something, right? I noticed something very weird. And I don't know why it is. It's probably going to be in the video for tomorrow, but this is weird as hell. Let me see if I can show you. I think I can show you. Look at this handsome motherfucker. Look at this handsome motherfucker. Why am I getting 54 likes? Like before, when I posted something on Twitter, I would get like 5, maybe 10 likes. Today, I got 54 on this. 90 likes, 18 retweets. What the fuck is going on? I don't get this much traction, chat. I don't get this much traction. Look at this. 128 likes. This is weird. I posted a picture out at the restaurant. Wife's phone battery died, and now she expects me to talk to her. 174 likes, chat. 174 likes. What is it with this engagement? I bought Yudi Luna coffee. No one gives a shit. But I just want to point out, right? Like, something happened with the algorithm. So there's two explanations for this. Number one, the algorithm is resetted. And I probably think that this might be the case. Because there have been accounts which have been banned and they have managed to come back. So it's possible that they moved the algorithm to something earlier. And I think the reason they do it, I mean, this is why Arch suspects that they did it, is due to the fact that the current algorithm, if released to the public, might involve the people working at Twitter in some criminal activity. They may have done certain things that they weren't supposed to do. Or at least put them in a huge controversy, which would involve the other social media, because like people will have questions. So they would probably go back to a previous algorithm and just delete everything. So this is what Arch suspects. Now, there might be another reason. There might be just people are more moralized and a lot more people are going on Twitter and posting stuff. Which, I mean, okay, fine. I guess it's possible. Kind of bizarre. I mean, it's just like way too much interaction for that to happen, but okay. Yeah, so for people asking about the coffee, Death Wish coffee. So I bought this for Yudi Luna so she can drink on stream. Just so you can understand what Death Wish coffee is the strongest coffee in the world. Like, look at this.
We took 1 milligram of caffeine and substituted it for 1 tablespoon of Death Wish grounds so you can actually see it. The results.
Do you think the owl will survive, chat? Do you think she... Like, when I told her about this, when I suggested this, she said that she doesn't want to die on stream. And someone said, look, if you die on stream, that's good content. And she started screaming, saying, me dying is not content. And I said, oh my god, these Twitch streamers, they're so innocent. They're so pure in their naivete. But nothing will happen to her because this is coffee that's approved by the FDA and it's for public use. It's just that it's very strong coffee. Incredibly strong. So, yeah. Hopefully... she's going to be able to sleep at night. If not, maybe she can still keep up streaming. I mean, more content for us. I'll tell you the bad thing that can happen, okay? And this is actually, like, I as a doctor, I will tell you what's the worst thing that can happen. She likes coffee, so if she has Death Wish coffee, and let's say she likes it, let's say it's actually good, the problem with that is that she is going, like, it's going to cause a positive feedback loop, which will cause her to be immune to any other type of coffee. So she's going to drink other type of coffee like juice, and only Death Wish coffee is going to work for her. And the problem is that Death Wish coffee is very expensive. It's like, I think it's like $30 a pack. So, yeah, like I can literally make her immune to coffee if she keeps drinking it. And the only way to get her caffeine fix would be for Death Wish, but she will not have money to keep buying Death Wish coffee, which would be a problem for her. So that's the only negative thing that can happen. Twitter probably recommended a tweet based on a mix of machine learning modes and rules for shadow banning. They probably deleted or mitigated the effect of the rules or final ranking. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I have no idea what happened. But what I do know is that this is weird. Like, I am getting more interaction than I have ever got. And I didn't do anything differently, right? I didn't change my content. I didn't do anything. And what's interesting is, like, when I noticed the interaction drop, because this happened a couple of years ago, and I noticed that all of a sudden, I'm not getting retweets, I'm not getting likes, and I felt alone and isolated. So I complained about it, right? And there were leftists on Twitter saying, it's like, no, your content is just boring. Like, no one wants to watch it. And I'm like, really? I mean, I couldn't prove it, but it just seemed bizarre. And all of a sudden, now, it's like a switch clicked, and I'm getting a lot of traction and interaction, and all of the leftists are nowhere to be found, because I want to ask them, it's like, okay, so does that mean that my content is improving now? Am I doing something better? Have I reinvented the wheel? Abdi Muhammad says, lol, the ones you talking, lol, the one with you talking your wife to a KFC instead of buying her a chicken. I picked everyone from the server and encouraged them to ratio you. I don't care, man. I don't care. I'm not buying her chickens, okay? But the chat has pressured me, and I did buy her chickens eventually at KFC. Like right now, there is a major scandal in our little community because one of the neighbors bought dogs, and the dogs keep escaping, and they're messing other people's yards and stuff. And everyone hates that neighbor. Like, why would I want to be that person? Like, eventually it's going to end up with calling the cops and shit, and they're getting fined. I mean, look. Not to mention, like, maybe this is Eastern Europe, right? Like, someone can do something to their dogs. Like, V, if the owl dies, I will find you in Romania and beat you. Dude, you wouldn't even know about the owl if it wasn't for me. Shut the fuck up. If the owl dies, it will go viral. But she won't die, okay? Like, she won't fucking die. There is no way. It's just like normal coffee. Now, if she chooses to take a swim in the Death Wish coffee cup, that's not on me. Alright? Like, I even told her when I bought the coffee, like, you can leave a little message there on Thrones. And I said, drink it with moderation. That's what I said. Alright? So I did my due diligence. I gave the warning. I did all the good stuff. There's nothing else that I could do. Now it's up for her. Who is the owl? The owl is Yuri Luna, a professional streamer. On Twitch. Alright. Let's go through another one. Yes, she's a Twitch VTuber. Interviewing a job candidate for Twitch today, and it's like the company is burning. Yeah, look, I'll tell you something. Some of these people do have a right to worry, and it's not necessarily because they're censors, but if you're a person that's at a company, and someone buys out your company, they may be restructuring, there may be certain departments that get closed. So yeah, I get it why they're a little bit agitated. But let's be honest, like, not a lot of people care about the Twitch censors. I mean, these are the people censoring you. These are the people banning you. Why would... These are the people shadow banning. Shadow banning is probably one of the worst things that the internet has done. Like, when you get a ban, you know that you did something wrong. You know what you did. and you can appeal the ban. At least you know you're banned. When you get shadow banned, what ends up happening is that when you post something, people don't see it. So you feel isolated, you feel alone, you feel like no one cares about you, and you can't respond to it, you can't issue an appeal, you don't know what you did wrong. It's horrible. So, yeah, I just want to say most people do not have much sympathy for the censors working at Twitter. All known tweeps, please stop texting me. Yes, I know, no, I do not want to talk about it. Okay. This is from Twitter support, at Twitter Women. Why is there an at Twitter Women? Why is there a specific branch dedicated to half of the human population? What is that? This is the first time I hear about at Twitter Women. Do you have at Twitter children? Do you have at Twitter elderly? Why not? We're sorry or you're welcome. What a time to be alive. You know what, David? David, I agree. It is a time to be alive, isn't it? It is a time to be alive. Now is not the time for a verification request. Do they still give verification requests? I mean, this is so interesting, right? Like, verification requests used to be that if you're a famous person, you get the verification so other people don't pretend that it's you. So if you're a famous blogger, a famous Twitcher, a famous whatever, right? It used to be like if you had 100,000 subs on YouTube or you had like a big blog, you could prove that it's you. Like, you could contact Twitter, you could show them your papers with your ID and say, hey, look, this is me. And they would be like, okay, here's a blue check mark, right? But after a while, they used the check mark as a privilege of status. So it started when they took the check mark away from Milo Yiannopoulos. But again, like, people were pointing out, like, hold on, like, that check mark is to prove that it's him. Is to prove that is not someone pretending to be him, or like, right? So this is when it all started, that the blue check mark was actually a symbol that you're one of the good guys. And they started giving the blue check marks to people that were working at corporate. Like, you could have some newspaper journalist that has like 100 people reading his shit, and he would get a blue check mark because he works at a corporation. But a YouTuber that had like, for example, Disclose TV, right? Disclose TV is the perfect example. So Disclose TV is a I don't know if it's even a website, but I do know that they constantly post on Twitter, and they have almost a million followers. They got almost a million followers, right? And they don't get a blue check mark. I mean, there are other people with blue check marks that have even less than this. But if they work at a corporation, like if they're an actor or someone or whatever, they get the thing. So it is a symbol of status. And not only that, it gives you certain privileges. I have seen blue check marks doxing people and nothing bad happening to them. I have seen blue check marks breaking the trust of the TOS and nothing bad happening to them, which makes me assume that if you're a blue check mark, there's like a different team that looks to see whether or not your tweets are problematic. So they have like different standards. And then they also have, like, as you can see here, I got notification, messages, bookmarks. Blue check marks have a different message tab where they can message another blue check mark. So why is this important? Like, right now, as you can see, I got 20 plus notifications. Before I started the stream, I just read my messages. But imagine that I have a lot of followers, right? So I have 99 messages. Even if I want to read them, it would be very difficult for me to get through all of them, right? But if you have like another one that's for blue check marks, you're basically sending your messages and they go through the system way before people get to read any of these messages. So, for example, this is probably why it's so easy for Tim Pool to schedule interviews. Because he can message famous people and it goes on top of the mailbox, right? So you get a big bonus by having the blue check mark. And there's no way to get it. Like if I want to get it right now, there's no way. The only way you can get it is through unofficial channels. Like you need to know someone. Like let's say I get a job at CNN, and they talk like they have connections with Twitter, and they reach out to their connections and they give me a blue check mark. That's how it works. Blue check marks are like the mods on YouTube. Not really, because they can't ban you, right? But like they do stand out in the crowd. Like they do stand out in a conversation. And they do have a lot of power as well. Like when people were telling journalists to learn to code, is the journalist that started complaining and got Twitter to change his TOS in order to ban anyone that told people to learn to code. So yeah, I mean it's quite obvious that it is a status and it is an issue of that I say, oh my god, privilege. But yes. Oh, here's something else. I just got in. Like I just got another example on why the algorithm was probably rolled back. Lofty was banned for 7 days, and his ban didn't expire, and he is back. Now, I don't think this is Elon Musk, okay? I don't think Elon Musk has anything to do with this directly. Because Elon Musk just bought the company, like he didn't even have time to probably go there and see the building. So what I think happened is they rolled back the algorithm. That is the only explanation. They rolled back the algorithm to a time where things are different. I don't know if it's 2016 level, but it's definitely a previous version of the algorithm. And by doing so, a lot of people who were banned are probably unbanned now. I think I saw Voldemort, the British version, Tommy Robinson. I think I saw him making an account, and he got banned right away. So chances are, like, I asked Sargon of Akkad, like, hey, can you try your old account to see if you can come back? And he didn't because he forgot his password. But I'm curious, like, if Milo Yiannopoulos can come back. I'm curious if Alex Jones can come back. I mean, chances are, if you have, like, a banned account, you should try it. Like, chat, any of you that have a banned account, try it right now and let me know if it works. I'm really curious, because I don't have a banned account to test this with. Unironically, I never got banned on Twitter. I used to have a previous account which was shadow banned, and I just went like, okay, fuck it. And I started a new account. But I never got banned. So if any of you have an account that got banned off of Twitter, try it now. If you remember the password, if you remember the account. So yeah. No, I don't have a banned account. I'm sorry, lazy one. Because if I did, I would try it out. Okay, Spoon, if you have a banned account, that's good. Okay, Spoon has a banned account. Try it out, Spoon. Go on right now. Try logging into the banned account and let's see if you can come back. Yeah, I mean, with Sargon, it's also interesting. I mean, I think he still has an account right now that he uses. I mean, obviously, he's got like the Lotus Eater account, which is the official one. But he still has an account that he uses, and it would be interesting if he could get his previous one back. Oh yeah, try to get banned. You know, like normally I wouldn't care about getting banned from Twitter, but I do have access to a lot of people's DMs, and it's important for me when I schedule streams and stuff. So I don't want to get my account zooked. Because I do have a lot of YouTubers. And, you know, like, for example, I have It's a Gundam. I got, you know, I used to have Medicare. I used to be able to DM Medicare, but I can't now because he got banned. So it wasn't me, it was him. And once he got banned, I don't have access to his new account. Now, if I ever wanted to get in touch with Medicare, I probably would be able to. But it takes time, it takes effort. It's a lot nice to have, like, YouTubers on speed dial. So when you want to shoot a stream or when you want to help someone out, you know, like, for example, the way I helped the Archcast get a couple of guests in, right? You need to be able to talk to people. And this is why my Twitter account is something that I care about. President Trump's account is not coming back. I mean, from what I understand, he doesn't want to come back. So even if Elon Musk would unban him, He doesn't want to come back because he wants to do the Truth Social thing. I don't know if he's going to just stick to Truth Social or he's going to eventually come back here. Whatever, it is what it is. But like, there are other people that would be funny to see how progressives react when they get unbanned. So, for example, Alex Jones. Like, Alex Jones is fucking hilarious. If he comes back, people are going to have a meltdown. And they won't even be able to articulate why. Because, like, the reason he got banned wasn't for hate speech. It was because of the slander, right? Like, the thing with the school. And, he apologized for it. It's been years. He got sued for it. I mean, I think he should be able to come back. So yeah, it would be interesting. But like, honestly, if Alex Jones comes back, he would probably be banned right away because it would be like my conspiracy, my disinformation, my medical disinformation. I don't think Alex Jones would be able to control himself. I don't think he would be able to hide his power level, as the young kids say. All right, let's see. I got, okay, we got 20 more minutes, and I think we can actually go through all of them. Where's the meme? Elon at twitter.com. I actually likes this. Like, where's the meme? Elon at twitter.com. This brings all new meaning to the phrase "buy the dip." I like the fact that not all of the Twitter employees are salty. Like, some of them are just having fun. I'm noticing a lack in the pronouns in the bio with the Twitter employees that are just having fun versus the ones that are melting down. You'd be surprised how many people have written me today saying if Elon takes over, they definitely consider applying for a job. I don't understand why these people think that this is like a bad thing. Like, look, if Elon wants to go full free speech mode, he doesn't need censors. You do understand this. Like, all of these social media companies could probably fire 70% of their staff because that part of the staff is just learning how to make algorithms that are tinkering with the system. You know, like exactly how MSNBC said it today. It's like, with the power of social media, you can tune down one of the political discourse and pump up the other, which is literally what they've been doing, and it's what the algorithm is doing. And you can see now how the algorithm works without it. Like, look, yesterday, Nazis were trending. Who talks about the Nazis, honestly? Like, I have gone through my life, and maybe, like, the conversation came up, like, 5, maybe 10 times. And usually in school when we were talking about World War II. Like, normal people do not talk about the Nazis, but yeah, I can see these things legitimately trending, right? Like censorship, yeah, I can see why people talk about it right now. This is probably given to me because I'm in Romania. This was probably suppressed before. This was probably suppressed, by now it's trending. Justice for Johnny. 230 is trending because the White House all of a sudden brought it up. Very interesting timing. So yeah, this is what happens when the algorithm actually works as intended. Happy birthday, me. Yeah, I guess like this happened on her birthday. Actually, he chose the Klarna option at checkout, so we're only getting 11 billions today. I don't know what this is. This is technical. I guess it's the way he pays. Like, he pays it in bursts. He doesn't pay all the sum at once. I love this one. I don't feel good. I don't feel so good because they're going to get fired. You know that. Company gets bought. I hate the attention. I guess like legitimate. Oh, a friend. Look. It's a Pipkin Pippa viewer. It's a Pipkin Pippa viewer. Chat. I didn't know people at Twitter like VTubers, but here you go. This is proof. Undeniable. right in front of our eyes. And they also have the pipkin. They don't like the attention. I don't want to say press X to doubt because even as a YouTuber, like sometimes it happens and you get too much attention. Oh my God, Tucker Carlson picked up 62,000 subs today. Well, there you go. Did you manage to log in into your band account, Spoon? Yes, PPPPP intensifies. I can't do the PPPPP. You know what? It's okay. She can't do the rrr. She can't do the rrr either. Actually, she can't do the S either. She doesn't say the correct sounds. Streaming. She can't do that. She said streaming. She does like she speaks like this. Totally understand that this is entertainment for some, but please know that this is certainly not entertainment for me. Okay, Chloe. I again, like, notice the trend, the correlation. I don't know if correlation equals causation, but like the moment people have pronouns in the bio, they are very upset about what happened. So let me get this straight, okay? Like, the pronouns in the bio weren't upset when BlackRock and Vanguard and a Saudi Arabian prince owned the company. Like, that was fine. But the moment an American buys it, an African American buys it, all of a sudden they have issues. Interesting. And by the way, here's another take. All right? This is a spicy take. You know how they said that Elon Musk could use his money to end world hunger? Well, the people who sold Twitter can use the money from Elon Musk to end world hunger as well. So BlackRock, Vanguard, and the Saudian prince and all of those people, yeah, they can use their money, who they got from Elon Musk, to end world hunger. Why isn't the press up their ass? Why isn't the press pushing BlackRock to end world hunger? When will we get the Swedish-only channel in the Discord servers? We Swedes, you're not going to get the Discord. I'm not going to create the Discord channel for all the nations in the world, Jesus. Summing up my 11 years at Twitter. Twitter is private, Jack is CEO, Jack is not CEO, Twitter is public, Jack is CEO. What, did this happen? Like Jack stepped down and then stepped up? Twitter is private. Yeah, so apparently Jack Dorsey is trying to warm up to Elon Musk. Maybe he wants that CEO position. I hope he doesn't get it. I don't trust him. I literally don't trust him. But yeah, it's possible. Like, I'll just say it is possible that Elon Musk could put Jack as CEO back. Like, yeah, I can see this in the realm of possibilities, which is probably why Jack keeps going on about free speech, and he's like, oh yes, well, the board at Twitter was always evil. I always didn't like it. Meh. Just so you know, like, all of these moves that seem to be random, like Jack stepping down and all of a sudden Elon Musk buying... Elon Musk probably knew he was going to buy Twitter a year before. Like, he probably knew. Like, this is not something that he just woke up one day and he said, you know what? I just want to buy it. I just want to take it. No, like, he was planning for this, right? And it's possible that he talked with Jack and Jack quit so that it looks like, oh, well, you know, like, he's quitting because it's like, he's got morals and standards and he can't just see this happening anymore and blah, blah, blah. But in reality, he could be like, okay, well, once Elon gets it, I'll be back in charge. Okay, someone starts smoking. Today was a great day to test putting my phone on Do Not Disturb indefinitely. I don't understand, like, when these people tweet these things, like, do they expect sympathy or what? Like, dude, you're a censor. Like, you censor other people. Why do you think people would have sympathy that, oh, you're putting your phone... And not to mention, like, it's such a... first world problem. Like, your phone is ringing, you know? Especially if you're a person that lacks social interaction. Abdi Mohammed has pronouns in his bios. Also, I'm not saying make a channel for every country, only for the Swedish. Yeah, but like if I do that, you do realize other people will ask for their country? I don't even have a channel for Romanians, all right? Like, let that sink in. I still didn't get if Spoon managed to create a... sorry, if Spoon managed to log in his banned account or not. Did he respond? I think he responded. Let me scroll up. Spoon, did you manage to log into your Twitter account, which was banned? Or is it still banned? It will never happen, chat. I don't want to start the channel for every single country. And then have to moderate them as well. Okay, so apparently Spoon didn't manage to... Maybe it was banned recently, right? Like, maybe it's the channels that got banned previously, like years before, that are affected. Teabaggings, I don't think are with Discord, okay? Like, if it takes more than 2 minutes to do it, I'm not interested. Oh, look. This guy should get it... this girl should get into VTubing. Apparently, it's all the rave to go on VTubing with tachycardia. Get over 100 beats per second. Why do people have these things? Like, why do they have, like, watches that monitor your heart rate? Like, how bourgeois? How bourgeois to have a smartwatch? I should buy one. You know, if I buy one, I can actually use it to deduct taxes, especially if I use it for the company. So if I were to monitor my heart rate on streams, I can say, well, it's equipment required for streaming. Oh, and we're actually done here. My mother. Hello, startup persons with dollars. Please create a new social platform. I know where you can find plenty. Yeah. Create a new social platform. Yeah. Okay. Never has been tried before. But look at, you know, something else that I noticed. Look how little likes they have. Like, literally no one is thinking that their takes are good or anything like that. No one cares. No one cares about the troubles and the woes that the censors are experiencing. You use it for... Yeah, well, I get it when you're using it for exercises, but why the fuck would you use it at the office? Why would you use your heart monitor at the freaking office? I guess it might be funny for the boss. Like, if the boss wants to motivate you, you can see if you actually give a shit or not. Like, if nothing happens, then it's like, well, he doesn't get involved in the job. He doesn't care about the company. VTubers always have high heart rates. No, I don't know if it's true. I mean, 100 beats per minute is considered tachycardia. Now, it's not necessarily pathological. There are some people that have more than 100 beats per minute every day. But they also, like, there is an advantage, I guess. They have fast metabolism. And they would be able to eat a lot without getting fat. And there is a theory, like, I don't know if this is true or not, but it's theorized that animals with faster heart rate experience time slowly. Like, it's kind of like when you want to slap a fly on the wall. And no matter how fast you are, like, sometimes the fly manages to run away before your hand even reaches it. And that is because the fly sees you in slow motion. The fly sees you in bullet time. It has, like, more memory frames than your hand actually... It perceives time differently, basically. Like, a second for you is like 10 seconds for the fly. And this is true with children. Like, this is proven, right? So when you were a kid, if you remember, time moved very slowly. And not only did time move very slowly, but, like, the year would pass a lot slower. But when you're an adult, like, time moves faster, years move faster. So it's possible that if you have, like, a high beat per minute when it comes to the heart, you also perceive time slower. And this is explained due to the fact that when people have high adrenaline and their hearts are beating really fast, because they're in a very stressful situation, they perceive that situation to be sometimes like minutes turn into hours. So yeah, it's quite possible that a VTuber that has like over 100 bits per minute, like for them, that 3-hour stream might be like 4 or 5 hours. I haven't catched yet. No one catches a fly with chopstick. Get the fuck out. That is some bullshit. Like, wow, is the fly retarded? I don't think you can. There is no way you can catch a fly with chopsticks unless you get the fly drunk. Okay, or the fly is mentally challenged. Like if you get the fly drunk, if you get the fly to drink some vinegar before, and then it flies in awkward patterns, I guess you could that way. All right, so I'm ending the stream, but before ending the stream, I will raid someone because I actually bought them a game, which is a really good game, and I suggest people should watch it as well. It's a Metroidvania that's an isekai. And I think you guys will definitely enjoy watching this. Let me just pin it here. So let's raid this Ushkshi lady. Wait, did she leave?
Okay, we're good now, One hit, one hit and I'm done.
He's going to die a lot, because I like the thing with this streamer, you know, most streamers, they try to play the games on easy because they don't want to embarrass themselves into the chat. But since I bought her the game, I now have control over her life, and I said that I want her to play on hard mode.
I'm pretty, gross.
So, because she's playing on hard mode, she dies a lot. And what I like is that she actually stuck with the game.
That first part was the hardest part.
This is an incredibly hard game, chat.
Oh god.
This is
Shoot, I don't have MP.
I don't want to make the comparison with Dark Souls because it's got nothing to do in common with it.
Don't like it.
But it's it's one of the hardest platformers that I have played. I would say it's a lot harder than Blasphemous.
Water here if I can make it there, potentially. Hey, random schoolgirl, go chase down these dark villainess's followers who wield powerful
So yeah, I'm going to end my stream. If you guys want to check her out,
yeah, that's
you might definitely enjoy it. She got really good at it. Like at first she died at the same enemy time and time again, but then she kept playing. Look at her now. Like it's really wholesome to see. If you want to see someone just getting good.
Did I step in that?
If you want to see someone getting good and not giving up, then this is the stream you should watch.
Don't need armor. I mean, huh? Very, you aren't supposed to take the punch directly to the face. Listen here, bro.
She's also a little bit toxic. Like it's funny because this is the type of person that's trying not to be toxic, right? Like her company probably told her, it's like, I want you to be the kind, you know, compassionate type of person, like motherly. Can you do motherly? You know, like a big sister that's very, very nice. And she's trying. She's really trying. But because this game gets her killed over and over and over again, I heard her bang the table while still trying to keep a smile on her face. Like, the level of stress is astonishing that she is experiencing right now. I will probably get her in trouble with management because I can feel that at any second she's going to throw the controller and start cursing. It's just like my feeling.
Ooh.
And when that happens, management is going to be like, hey.
Did you end up burning it? I did. I put it in. Well, I turned on the oven, forgot to put it in, thought I put it in and didn't, so I had to put it in.
Oh, by the way, like, here's something else that she did. Like, this is something that got me interested in her more than other people, right? So she's doing a stream with crocheting, and I'm like, who the fuck is going to watch a stream where you're crocheting?
Pepsi, play.
Like, why would anyone watch a person crocheting? But the thing is, I started watching it, and chat, I had things to do that day, but I couldn't look away. Like, it was the most hypnotizing thing that I have ever seen in my life. Look at
so
this.
soft? It seems like it would be. I only wear cotton because I don't want to become a campfire.
Like, she just
Why not? It
crochets.
sounds so cozy.
And I'm like,
Double
why am
crystal?
I watching this? What am I doing with
think
my life?
so.
But I couldn't look away.
I hope so. Please tell me we are.
They don't use voice modifiers. Some of them are voice actors, and the company tells them it's like, can you have like a sweet, innocent voice that would go with an anime character? Like they're kind of trying to role play the character, if you know. Some of them are using voice modifiers, but like you can tell. You can tell the difference between a voice modifier and someone that's using voice acting.
Double. Uno. Okay. Double. I really hope I didn't mess this up. Whoa. Manager Kun just manifested himself into existence? Basically. That's basically what happens. And we're like, yeah, this is fine. You seem cool. You seem cool, Manager Kun. Hence, he is still around. What a Chad Mannequin. He's the biggest Chad I know.
Yeah, so I don't understand why. Like I feel like starting rewatching this stream is there's just something about it that keeps me captivated. I did get her to change the music into a horror one at one point. I got her to have like some really dramatic music in the background, and it was for like the most epic knitting experience ever. Anyway, right, thank you guys for watching. Do check it out. Link is in the pinned comment if you're interested. And I will see you guys